Welcome to the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle podcast series, where we cater to you mind, body, and soul, with host Victor Francis and his special guests tackling diet, exercise, diabetes, and much more. Tune in every Saturday at 7 p.m. This podcast is brought to you in part by Virtuscope VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness.
Good night, good night, good night. It's your boy here, Vic from Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine. Right, welcome again to another episode. And tonight we have a friend of mine, right, Samantha Kubak Singh, right, and we're going to speak on stage one diabetes, right, and living with it, right, and exercising with it, and part of her family. She has a family. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's a gymmer like myself. She has such an amazing personality. So tonight we're going to talk to her, right, and let her tell us how it is, the life of being all of that and still balancing to keep our health in check, right? So when she come on stage, we're gonna welcome her, right? We're gonna welcome her tonight. We'll give her our warm Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine. And before, I just want to say that tune into our page. We have our first event coming up April, Fortress Fitness Fair Symposium in Batara, right? So tune in on that for all the info, all the nice stuff coming up there. So save the date is the 6th of April, right? On Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine. Tune in, you will see all the updates coming on that. You will see, where it's happening. You will see the speakers. Other than myself, there will be vendors there with healthy options you can turn to, all the information that you need to keep yourself healthy, right? So tune in. So let's welcome Sam, right? Samantha, come on down, right?
Hi guys. Hi, Victor.
All right. Good night, Sam. So I was just, you know, letting everybody know, you're such an amazing person, and you have this great personality. So I'm
Hi.
glad to have you on tonight's podcast.
Thanks
And
for welcoming me on this. Yes.
right. So my thing is that tonight is that this, diabetes is such a big thing in this country. There's a lot of people, they suffer with it. I mean, stage one, stage two, all these stages. I don't know the particulars, right? But you could let us know, right, how it is to be balanced, all that you balance, right, with this stage
Right.
one, and what stage one is all about.
Right. So basically I was diagnosed officially when I was 35. However, it started when I was pregnant with my first daughter. It started as gestational diabetes. They did not know it was actually type 1, which is an autoimmune disease, very different from type 2. Type 1 is autoimmune, meaning that the pancreas basically is shut down because the body is recognizing the insulin that the pancreas is creating as a bacteria
Hmm.
and killing it. So
Wow. Hmm.
yeah, I don't have the insulin to help me, to help my body. So I have to use it artificially. So I have my Lantus, I have my both pens, injections that I live on, basically fast acting and slow acting insulin, which I take about 5 times a day, and my night I take once. Anyway, so yes, I had the gestational. That's how it started. I after that I went back living my normal life, got pregnant again at 34 with my second daughter, and it came right back. But it was even worse. I went from taking maybe 7 units of insulin to 17 units now. Yeah, it was really, really bad. Anyway, after I had the second, I said, okay, well, like the first, it might go away. So I thought, all right, I'm going to live normal. I'm not going to check it. I'll be fine. Victor, I started losing my vision. I was like, what's happening here? And by 4 every day, 4 p.m., I'm like slouching. And I have a 4-month-old daughter. You have no time to be tired with a 4-month-old daughter, let me tell you, and a toddler
Yeah.
who's 3 years old. So I I said, you know what? Maybe I'm tired from being a mom. Maybe I just need to get up and do this thing. Victor, at 35, I started drinking coffee because I'm like, something is not right. I need energy. But then when I started to lose my vision, I told my stepdad, I said, Pops, just come take my sugar, just for so, because I don't know why I'm not seeing. When they took it, it was 560. 560. My husband did medicine, so he has a lot of friends in that field. And we call up one of his friends, and he was like, take Samantha to the hospital right now. He needs to go into the hospital before she goes into a coma. I was a breastfeeding mother to a 4-month-old. She did not even know how to suck on a nipple from a bottle. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to no hospital. The hospital better come to me. But my husband, his family, they're all in the medical field. So we got someone to prescribe the insulin until my doctor could have come down, which is Prof Taloxing in Medical Associates. He handled my case and he sent me in for the test, and that's when he confirmed I was type 1.
Wow.
Yeah. Type 1 since 35, and so there's no tablets that can help. That's type 2. With type 2, you have to understand the difference. With type 1, it's autoimmune, it's no genetics are not involved. But with type 2, it's all your lifestyle and genetics. So type 2 can be reversed. But I know Victor and we spoke before, guys, and Victor is convinced anything in this world can be reversed. So thank you for believing in that, Victor.
Yeah.
But yes, type 1 is really different from type 2. Type 2 is lifestyle choices and the way you eat,
yes,
nutrition, the way you exercise. I can exercise my life out and it's not going to help my type 1. However, it's a whole, you watch your calories, you watch your carbs, because carbs turn into sugar, you watch your sugar intake, those are the things I live with. And then when I take my daughters out, sometimes I'm out with my daughters alone, I get scared because I'm trembling. My sugar is either going low or too high. And it's been very difficult balancing being a mother of 2 little girls and dealing with diabetes and all the effects, So yeah, it's been a tough journey, but I am learning. I'm learning to deal with the disease, to handle the disease, what works for me, what doesn't work for me,
And on the nutrition side, are you working with a nutritionist, or I know you're educated in that field since you got it. What is your prep like? Like some things you can eat, some things you shouldn't eat, or always not nutritional based on what you know saying, but you still have to tweak certain things, right?
Of course. Of course, it will affect your body if you eat in these big portions of carbs, and of course it's gonna affect you. You have to make sense of it. So as with nutrition, I just really stick to as my doctor said, you need protein. It's protein that would get you through. You need your energy, you need your carbs for your energy. But that's what your insulin is there for. But everything portion control, not too much sugar. So what I do, Victor, is if I'm eating carbs, I would say, okay, this needs to be under 15 grams of carbs. The sugars need to be under 7 grams of sugars. And that's how, if I pick up a snack and I see anything over 7 grams of sugar, I'm not having that. That's going to affect me in the long run, And, if I eat over 15 grams of carbs, my sugar going to go to 400, 500. I'm not having that, Of course, now and again, you must take a little bite of chocolate. You must live. So you just pop a few shots of extra insulin and you live your life. But you can't keep that at a constant, because then you see the effects. Your hair starts falling out. You lose vision. Things happen. Your skin start looking blotchy and red. And, so you have to take care of yourself, or else, your lifespan is going to be very short.
Yes, and were you exercising before you
I have been exercising since I was 26 years old. I'm 37 next week. March 30th, I'll be 37. So yeah, I've been exercising since I was 26. So even when I found out about diabetes, I was in the gym.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know now you'll be working out like a like a mad lady. I saw that myself,
Well, yeah, I like to
right?
look good too.
Right. So the days that you like work out and you do a lot of cardio, and go home and all of that, once you take your insulin and do your thing, you feel normal, right? It's not like
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You would know the difference when it's high. Once my sugar levels are high, I get this feeling of confusion. There's like confusion, and then my eyes doesn't focus, and this goes numb around here, goes
hmm
numb. And once it's low, well, I start seeing furries. I start trembling, shivering. So I must know if it's low or high. Trust me.
all right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So
So
you would have accept that, which is what you're saying, and learn
it
to
was
live
very
with
hard
it.
to accept, Victor, because in the
Right.
doctor, prof, he said to me, "You're type 1 diabetic," and after seeing these test results, it's confirming to me that you are type 1. I said, "Prof, how do you know? How do you know to tell me go for this test?" He said, "Because I can look at you and tell you are in the gym, you are eating right, and you still have high blood sugar. It means it has to be type 1. There's no way a little small tiny girl like you can be type 2." I said, "Really?" I mean, in a sense, that was a compliment, right? So
Yeah.
then when he sent me for the test and it came back, he said, "See, I told you it was type 1." And he said, "Listen to me. I'm seeing your face and I know you want to cry. Cry it out." I said, "Prof, is this forever?" He said, "Unfortunately, it is forever. But I'm telling you today, if you live a healthy lifestyle and you do what I say, you take your medication, you will live a long, healthy life." And that's all to it. Nutrition, health, balance, and everything in life.
I think when people like yourself and even me, all right, who's exercise and eat, okay, and do what we told is the right thing for our body, and we get diagnosed with something. I think
Mhm.
mentally it is kind of, we just go in a state
You
of
feel like
depression
your
for a
body
bit.
betrays you. You feel like your body betrays you, especially since I have been exercising for over 10 years. And your body
Yeah,
betrays you like that. It's not based on genetics, it's just your
yeah.
body gave up on you. And a lot of people know this about me because I was very verbal about it. I was very open about it. My first daughter is IVF. And we tried for 4 years. We did 11 IUIs. We did 4 rounds of IVF before we got her. And now, Victor, everything adds up because uh, autoimmune disease, it's identifying foreign things, and killing it. And it was killing my embryos, basically, which is the very
Yes.
start of right. So the whole process. And it was identifying my embryos as a bacteria and killing it. So that's why I wasn't getting pregnant. So it's,
Mm.
yeah.
But that
So
that
everything
that
taps into each other in your body.
yeah. So now, what is your diet like? Give us a
So let
rundown
me
on your
do
diet.
a rundown of my day. So on a morning, I would do one. Okay, so I'm not bigging up Kiss here. It is not any kind of paid advertisement, but Kiss has a very um really good bread. It's the black bag bread, which is filled with lots of grains and lots of fiber, very low in carbs. So I always toast a slice of bread and I have like either tuna paste
hmm
or egg salad on a
Yes.
morning. Right? So that's before I go to the gym. I reach the gym at 9:30 a.m. and right after I have my protein shake. But keep in mind everything I intake, I have to take insulin. It's not like with the type 2 where, all right, I drink this, maybe once they work it out, the hormone cells helps the body to use the insulin as energy, right? And they can make a difference with the exercise. And I can't. I need that insulin, right? So after that protein shake, now I would eat my lunch, which is I love tofu because I was a vegan for 15 years. I know how to prepare these things. So I would air fry my tofu because I don't like the fats too. I'm very prone to cellulite. I'm not on that, Victor. Anyway, that's the next topic. Right? So I would make my tofu and I would stir fry it or make it with cabbage and sweet peppers, saute it with some jasmine rice or basmati rice. They were saying, because I'm type 1, I do a lot of research on foods and I follow a lot of pages with people who are type 1 diabetics, and they would eat the food and they would check back in 2 hours to show you the insulin levels, how much it rise, how much it drop. So I know
Drop,
what
yeah.
works for me, you know. And I would do the jasmine rice with that, and then for dinner I would repeat either a toast with the same egg salad or tuna. And for snacks I would either do like the Greek yogurt and I would put like cashews in there with the Greek
Mm,
yogurt, and I would put the the stevia, just to sweeten it up a little bit, because that yogurt, I need a little sweet something, you know. I try
yeah.
to stay away from all kind of how they have the little raisins and the preserved
Yes.
cranberries. You can stay
Yes.
away from that, because people may not know that skyrockets your sugar. Those cranberries that you add and little preservatives and little preserved fruits that you add, it
Hmm.
skyrockets everything. They have the little sun mixed nuts with the little raisins in
Yes.
it. If I
Yes.
eat
Yes.
that, I'm in trouble. You may think that that's healthy for a type 1 diabetic, but it's not. The little plantains in it,
Mm,
the little preserved fruits, it sends it sky
mm.
high. So what I do is I try to stay away from those processed stuff. I just use my cashews with the yogurt, and yeah, that's really how my days go.
Yeah. Well,
Keep
the
it
good thing
high
about it,
protein. And what my doctor was saying too, and sorry to interject,
yeah.
he was saying that meat protein is very important as well. You know, because
Also,
people tend to stick to you need the plant protein. The plant protein can help. You don't have to eat the meat protein, but it does make a difference in your body.
yeah. Well, you see, because of is what has been pushing it, and they've been pushing the plant-based protein, for a while now, and the
Well,
the,
I
the
see now
meat-based.
they're pushing to eat your real natural proteins instead of the
Yes.
powders,
Yes.
which is good. Which is
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's just that for people who worked out a lot, and
Yeah,
the
and who in a
hustle and the
fast pace.
bustle. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The additional the powder between meals kind of help the amount
yeah,
of protein that you need.
definitely.
Why?
Because I do have my protein shake after breakfast.
Yeah. So one of the things that I realized that you did, which is few people do, and it's important, is that since you was diagnosed with that, you really dig deep and research everything. Because you're sounding very knowledgeable about this type 1 diabetes, because
I
your
I
life
had
is obviously depend on it.
I have two young girls, 2 and 4. Have to live
Yeah.
for them, make sure they're
Ye-
okay. And it's always a fear in the back of my mind. Like, I'm like, Prof, would it pass on to my girls? But he says type 1, it's not always genetics, so they will be fine. But I'm if they drink too much water, Victor, I'm worried because it's a sign. And I would encourage people, go and get your blood test done, get your HbA1cs done randomly. It's always good every 6 months to get your full blood works, because that's what showed that, hey, something is not right with your body, something is wrong, you know so I encourage people to really see about their health, and if you're feeling slightly off, check on it, because I felt off, and I was kind of in denial for a little while, and I'm like, all right, I don't have energy. Let me drink some coffee at 35. Let's start drinking coffee. But it wasn't that. It was that that sugar had me going down.
Yeah, and what has happened to Sam is that you mentioned just now that people should check themselves. I mean, I and always encourage even guys that work for years, 'cause something I do as well every year, going to do some checks, something, just random check, spleen, liver, my random blood test, right? All of that, diabetes and all of that, right? But in our society, I think that people tend only when it's really too late to go. Nobody go when they're feeling, say, well, once a year, twice a
Especially
year,
to
I go to
I
do
think,
random.
oh yeah, I think it's in us to just put off those
Yes,
things.
yes.
Yeah.
Until we can't put it off no more, right? And most of the time, when that time reach, is always almost too late, or you have to make drastic change, which most people really don't have the discipline to make, right? And one thing I
I,
always say is that you give yourself a chance by taking a chance on yourself, right? And start today. If you start today without, even though you ain't go and check yourself, but start to, take step, back to your health by
Yeah.
tweaking certain things, make little changes, go by the, as you rightfully said, go by the doctor, go by a nutritionist, say what I want to really make a change, and I want to see what's happening because I've been feeling tired. Because here what's happening. You see with that tired feeling, the first thing somebody will say, well, I was working all day, my job and thing. They wouldn't equate it with something coming on. They would always say, well, my days be hectic, and you know what, and is
Well, yes,
even
I
yeah.
thought me, a mom of two little girls. Maybe that's why. Maybe,
Yes,
so I,
yeah. So most people live a hectic life based on the
oh
job,
yeah.
come with
I,
the children, and the hustle and bustle of life could take, a lot on you. So it's
so
like,
yeah,
yeah. So it's not, I feeling so good. Just lie down, rest yourself, and drink something, and take a cup of tea,
absolutely.
and that's
Yeah.
that's
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 our
straight.
culture. That is our culture.
It's
Yes,
our,
yes.
it's our culture. So as you mentioned culture, Sam, right? I know. I mean, the culture you came from, right? How do you manage now when is like festival, family gathering, and they have all the niceness and thing? Yeah.
Well,
How
let
do you
me tell
manage
you
that
something. I tell you,
distraction?
once in a while, we have to indulge once in a while. And I just
Yeah,
up
yeah,
that insulin. I just up that
yeah,
insulin.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But
Because I
I
know.
once in a while, it's not that I stay consistent with that at all because
Yes,
I'm
yes,
very into my whole holistic living and lifestyle and what have you.
nice.
Nutrition but once in a while, like I indulge, I would admit, I mean, I'm human, you know.
Yeah. Well, I indulge as well once in a while, and people is look at us, Sam, and feel well because we might be in the gym a lot and do what we do. We don't had the once in a while, but we decided
Yeah,
once in a while too. It's
of
necessary, yeah.
course,
Yeah,
it's
it's necessary.
necessary.
It's necessary, right? So what I want to ask too is that how it was when he was diagnosed with that, and make the change. I know your husband is in medicine or that. How we take that.
I mean, when I was in the office and sorry, and I cried it out, he said, "Babe, I'm here. I'm going to make sure everything is okay. You cry it out." And I would admit this, Victor, living with it now, it is very hard because I have to deal with high and lows of this disease at all
Yes,
times. So
yes,
what I say is, I tell my husband, I say, when I'm in the bathroom and I'm crying, don't come and ask me if I'm okay. I'm just crying it out. I'm just
yes,
crying.
yes.
Then it leaves me, and then I'm strong again to fight it. I'm strong again to get everything together. But sometimes it becomes a lot. Like I took my kids for a weekend to Hilton last weekend. And I'm there with my two girls alone, waiting on all my family to come. And the girls are there, and I'm getting a low. So I'm like this. And I message, and
Mm,
I'm, this is why I'm so afraid to go out alone with my girls. What if I go into a coma right here? Now I'm going by the bar to get some food by the pool, and
mhm.
they don't know what's happening to me, so they're moving like nonchalant, and it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
eat something now to send up my sugar, and they are moving like okay, okay.
Mm,
And so in those situations, it builds up, Victor, and it builds up. And I'm like, why can't I be a regular mother? Why did God do this to me? And then of course I ask God to forgive me because I'm a grace child. And I say, God, forgive me for questioning you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And then, as I told you, I go in my bathroom, I cry it out, and then I'm strong and I'm good and I'm ready to face this world again, And that's just how I deal
Yeah.
with things. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you human, Sam. Based on what you're saying there,
Yeah.
you have your ups and your downs. It make you human.
Yes.
Although your personality is very bubbly and it seems
And
like you all
try to stay
have it under
positive.
control and you're
No, I have
positive,
my
but
down. Yeah.
you have your down. And it's important to say that because there's a lot of people out here I
Absolutely.
know suffer with diabetes and it gets them down. I know a couple of
Oh,
co-workers that
yeah.
I had a conversation with
Yeah.
them and it's like, Vic, how it is and the sugar and I try to encourage them, but I can tell within their tone that they,
And
you know,
Victor, that we say you try to encourage them, and it's so important to have that support system because my husband, without him, I don't know. He supports me in every way when it comes to this. And he doesn't make me feel like, oh gosh, you can't do this because of your disease, or you should
yeah,
no, I'm here to help you. I'm here. When you need that help, ask me. Sometimes he quarrels with me and he says, just open your mouth and ask when you need that help. Say when you, because sometimes I would conceal it, because we're rushing out to drop my daughter to school, I would be trembling, but I wouldn't eat something to send the sugar back up, and I would rather just run out and drop her to school. And he's like, just take a moment, breathe. Time is there. We can go drop her off, but what if you drop down here today, So he's there to
Yes,
support. He would make my breakfast in the morning. He would make my coffee, and he would be like, "Come, take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody." And that's
yes.
what you need. You need a good support system.
And it's good that you have that, because I think you and I know that everybody have that support system, right? Even
Absolutely. Yeah.
even even a marriage, it because it could, if you don't have that, it really could affect the relationship based on,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so you have that, and that's fabulous. But you see, think about it, what I see happening in this country, and I only can talk for here because it's here we live in. Lack of support system in some instances, especially with these kind of things. Lack of support groups, right? Lack of people really. I mean, it goes to not just the government, and I'm blaming no government here. Sometimes it's just a husband, a wife, a family member, a friend. That support is so critical when you're going through challenges with lifestyle diseases, in the sense of
I
whether it's
that as
diabetes, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's whatever it is. That sense of, you know togetherness,
yeah,
that
like
care is
my
important.
yeah, my mom, she was in New York for 3 weeks, and while I was in Hilton, I called and I said, "Oh gosh, mom, I just feel so exhausted because the ups and downs can send you very depleted, your energy. And I said, Mom, I'm so tired. I've been 24/7 with these girls." She said, "Sam, I'm coming back weekend. Drop them to South by me, and you go spend time with your husband and just recover. Just relax." And this is how I'm able to talk to you guys tonight,
Yes,
because I don't have
yes,
the two of
yes,
them. They're with
yeah,
my mom. So,
yes,
that support, you need that village. And
yeah,
not
and
everybody fortunate enough to have that. I understand that. But thank you, God, that I do. But this
and
is
and
where we
and,
need our friends. We need to be there for our friends, be your sister's keeper.
and even lately I've been hearing, even on radio, on TV, that's what people asking for, bring back, whereby a child is being raised by a village, you know
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
what is
Hardly
that's where
see it. We hardly see it. It's all about
yeah,
competition and who is judging who and who's a better mom and who's better doing this and what your child know and who's more brilliant. It's a
yes,
competition. Whether you want to admit it
yeah,
or not, you
yes.
know.
So what is happening, Sam, is that I also know that you, when I saw in the gym there, I know you told me you have your 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 what is called, leggings.
Oh, the online store. Yes, I have a
Yes,
fitness online store. I actually put it at Davies Place Weber in Millennium Gym. So
yes,
she
I
has
saw
the
it.
item. Yeah.
Yes.
And she's
So
selling it there. And pretty soon I want to bring down a new shipment and start back. I had put it in the back burner because I had just had my baby in 2022, and I just took time to be with my girls and stuff. But now, they're becoming more independent. The baby is starting school in September. So as soon as she goes off, Victor, I'm gonna start back with my fitness wear and just get into that again.
right. So I saw, I'm looking at a message. Did it make a difference talking to the dietitian?
I didn't talk to a nutritionist or dietitian only because my my doctor who is managing my case, professor,
Hmm.
he basically, once I had been evaluated, he, because okay, so I visit him every 3 months. When he sees my blood work, and he sees my blood work is 6.3, that of a regular person, it doesn't even say that I am diabetic. He knows that I'm taking very good health of my nutrition, I'm eating well, and there's no need for a dietitian.
All
You
right,
understand? Now,
yeah, I
if he
understand.
was 9 and over, he would say, "Okay, you need to speak to a dietitian. You don't understand
Yeah.
the way to eat and your lifestyle of how it's supposed to be."
But your advice to somebody in your, you have that kind of, you have someone there, but
I have
the
that
advice is
knowledge. But if
right.
you don't, I highly, highly recommend. And I know you had Didi, the nutritionist,
I
on
have
your
DD, and
show.
I have DD, and I also have Amber Alexis, right? I have
Right. He's a great,
two
I have been
dietitians.
following years.
Yeah,
And Didi can help you. I mean,
right.
she's a great and a nutritionist.
Yeah,
So,
so I have
I
two
encourage
of
you
those.
reach out if you're trying, but some people are just stuck in what they know. I wouldn't say that they don't want to do better, Victor, but they're stuck in the foods that they know. Like my grandfather, he's from Rio Claro. He's from the countryside. This man wants his sada roti every evening, but he's a type 2 diabetic. You cannot have that.
Yeah.
But they're stuck in that way. It's like,
Exactly.
my grandfather asked me, so if you don't have roti and evening, what else is there to eat, Sam? And I'm like, what? But this is a 80 something year old man we're talking about, right? So
Yeah.
some people like that are stuck in their ways, and they don't even know if there are other types of foods out there to help them. So a nutritionist, a dietitian is vital. It's perfect to go and ask for advice.
Yeah, so that's what we encourage, people, So this platform, right, is really
Oh,
to
I
show
see a
people that,
question. Did it make a difference talking to a dietitian or changing diet? It did make
yeah,
quite a difference when I changed my diet. Quite a difference, because I was aware that I'm type 1 diabetic and I need to change my diet.
yeah,
That was it.
yes,
Oh,
just
of
like it,
course, no
yeah,
problem. I'm here. I'm an open book. Like I tell people, I am an open book because if whatever I say it can help people, I am here to just, I'm an open book. Ask me anything. I love
and,
helping people.
and a lot of people when they get diagnosed with, something like that, they keep it to themselves. They just with away in a corner, and
Yeah.
your
And
personality and
Victor,
your
even with
yeah, go ahead.
IVF, people how do you have the courage to talk about it? Why am I hiding that? What is
Hmm.
so bad in that? Why am I hiding that? No, do you know how many women I helped, Victor, from letting out that I did IVF? I've helped so many women and I'm so proud of that and I'm so happy to help. I'm so happy to share happiness. Life is short. Life is when
Yes,
you think about life and how short life is, just love on everybody. Just
hmm.
spread love. So
Yes, and
yeah, that's
that's
what
amazing. Yes, you
and
you spread the love, and that's why when I met you, I was like, oh, this person is awesome. I need to have her on the magazine, and not just the magazine. I need to have you on
that
the
I hope
team.
Victor doesn't think I talk too much.
No. And it's like this every time I bring someone on this platform, right? I think that God is really guiding me to the right people because everybody
I
that come on
always
this
say,
platform so far has a why. They do what they do, and they're so inspiring. And the same thing you said there because you actually going back. Everybody who came on this platform with a had a condition, right? Or even myself who I have a big why behind me. I do what I do, right? Most people
right,
come out of a situation, they doesn't go back down to help others, right? So
agreed.
you saying what you're saying and going back and helping women and talking like this. This is what we need in society, because there's people who have condition, right? They don't know how to start even help themselves because just so when you found out you had type 1, right? Your head would have been down, your chin would have been down until you say, you know what, I'm going to
Yeah,
fight this. I'm not going to let this beat me, right?
I have to
And no, I know
them
it's not
for
easy. Yes, I
yeah,
know it's not easy, right? So
yeah.
you coming out and speaking now on this platform, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women, right? A lot of men who, in the sense of these type 1, say, well, you know what? If this woman can be so bubbly and you have down days, I know that, you know what? Something I always say, you must have a why you want to continue. And the why must be
And
greater than, yes.
just to bring this forward, I have been diagnosed since I was 32. However, with my disease, actually children get it from a year old, 2 years old. Type 1 is more seen in kids from childhood. So imagine a child managing that with their parents. It's all new to them. So if I could make a difference in one person's life, then that's all that matters.
You said that there. And when I did my interview on about a month ago or so on TV6, Candice and I was telling Amalan is that, you know what, this whole Fortress Fitness movement, right, and lifestyle is really to help the people in the house. It's not really get to the people in the gym. I
That's
am,
so nice.
this is to help people who need help, people who have they're not motivated enough to get up, who need the help, but not motivated to get up to say, you know what, I really want to do something better with myself where and nutrition is concerned. This message and what we are doing here, those are the people, the 95% of the people who is sick, right, in the household. The people like us, Sam, who in the gym and in the park and around the savannah, we just a small percentage who trying, right?
Yeah.
But the greater amount is people who really need the help, right? So I want
Yeah,
people
but
to tune into
life
this
is hard.
podcast.
Life is hard. You're
Life is
hustling
hard.
to
Life is
make
hard.
not
Yes,
everybody have the luxury of going to the gym, going to a
right.
nutritionist, So if you could make small lifestyle changes, it makes a difference.
You're right. And
I can
that is what
attest to the fact that Samantha is always bubbly and helpful with info. Love chatting with you, and I see you at the gym. Timely tip: do my blood work regularly. Thanks for the. Of course, do every 3 months. Get your blood work done. Samantha really giving a Natasha vibes. Loving the session tonight.
You see what I tell you? Well, I can imagine Natasha, a friend of mine, good friend of
I
mine,
have
if
to
she's
meet this
listening.
this notorious Natasha now.
Yeah, right. They call her, yes, notorious Natasha. She's a darling. That's my dear friend.
I'd
I love
love
her
to
too
meet
bad.
her one day.
Right. You'll meet her soon. Don't worry. When we do our
Good.
pre-launch in the magazine, all right.
Good.
You'll meet her, and the vibes will be like off the chart, right? Right.
Right.
So Sam, what I'm saying is that yes, the initiative here, the podcast, the magazine. We have little events, in between us. The one that we have coming up there on the 6th of April is to really educate and talk to people, let people get comfortable and say, you know what, look, we have nutritionists, we have, we have two,
That's
right,
some
and
amazing
have culture
you're doing
and
there.
I have cultural. So at the end of the day, we have the East Indian, we have the Creole side. So based on it's two different traditional food there, right? So we have Amber is amazing, Amber Alexis. We have Didi on the other side, right?
Oh,
So
Didi will be there. Nice. Okay.
right, right. We have
I have
people
to get
there,
some snacks from Didi, so for sure I'm coming to get some snacks
right,
from.
right. So we have so we have people there who can refer to who is excellent in their field, right, and they're cultural, right. So there's not telling you,
Love
well, you know what,
culture.
yes, to starve yourself. Come, even I don't really submit to starving yourself, right? Because that is not a good thing. I don't
Once I
believe in
starve
that.
myself, the sugar just goes haywire.
No, it's
It's
madness. You don't
it's bad.
starve yourself. You don't starve yourself to health. It doesn't work like that, right?
Consistency. Exactly.
Yeah, yes. You don't starve yourself to do that. I mean, I eat a particular way, but I don't believe in
It's all
losing.
about portion control, Victor. Portion
Yeah,
control
it
so
is. It is.
much. Sometimes you don't think I want to taste the ice cream. I take a spoon of that ice cream and I'm good. I'm satisfied. You're
Yeah.
satisfied the tongue and the craving of the
Yes.
tongue.
Yes.
You could
Yes. Yes.
eat out the whole bucket or the whole jar. You know?
I think it's the discipline, right?
Yeah.
And and
And then
and
there's a lot of
and
keto people out there making the keto cakes, and the keto this, the keto that.
there's a lot of option now other than before, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's
Because
like for
people
me,
are more aware.
people more aware. So me, like for me, Sam, I do eat bread, right? I do eat flour,
Okay,
right?
okay.
But people that eat flour, like, what do you eat? No, I have someone
Sorry about
who,
that.
yes, it's all right. I have someone. You're right there now, Sam. I see you.
You
While
can hear
Sam is
me.
getting, yes, I'm hearing you. Right. So while Sam is getting her bearings back, folks, don't forget the 6th of April, our Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine having our um, event, which is a health fair, which will be in Barataria and symposium. So we'll have vendors there, right? We'll have vendors. We'll have vendors coming. We have vendors coming where you can, you know, nutritionists. We'll have speakers, right? People on board to really help you, um, with your nutrition journey and your health journey on that particular day, right? So you can, save the date is on the page. Those who not on the page is Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine on Facebook, right? Join the group, right? After the event, we launch the second issue of the magazine, and we'll have another event again, right? Last month, on the first event, we went Chancellor. It was a nice experience. A group of us went Chancellor, and we would have had a nice workout, right? And now we have this fair symposium is the next month, and we
Sorry
also
about that. I don't know what happened
we
with the.
will, it's fine, Sam. I was just talking to myself here, Albert.
It's okay.
Right? So Sam, what I was saying is that we are here, right? Yourself, me and everybody who is part of this, and I consider you part of it, not just for the podcast and other stuff, right? But we have to help those who need the help, and I am not going to stop unless you know
I
more
know you're on
people.
a mission, Victor. I know you're on a
Yeah,
mission.
I am on a mission, and I went to they had an expo in Haya the other day about 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to someone in the Diabetes Association, and there's so much people suffering from this thing, and
Yeah.
not the type one, the type two, which I believe is
Yeah,
right.
it's bad.
It's bad. So they only can do so much, and they're doing right. But it take as you mentioned earlier on, quite back to the community. So
Yeah.
if each community can have little workshop like this, and talk to the elderly and show them, just so your father
Educate them.
educate
Yeah.
them, because as you rightfully said, there's people, your uncle or your grandfather who's how much, 80
Yeah.
years,
Yeah, 80 something
right?
around
So
there.
you telling he now there's an alternative to flour. He's like, you
Hmm.
watch some bad eye, right?
Yeah, but my mom bought the oats and she grind it up
Mhm.
and she made the chapati out of the oats and it's just the same texture as roti and he could enjoy that.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's a lot of people feel that there's no alternative,
Alternatives.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So for
There's
me,
almond flour. I make muffins out of the almond flour, and then it's not actual flour. So keeps
yes,
the
and
sugar
there's
down.
yes, and there's other people that with me, like what her name is, forgot her name right now, but she was on the podcast. She do healthy snacks with almond flour, with all the muffins and things, but it's healthy. So the same little
Yes,
sweetie thing,
exactly.
but
Yeah,
it's with
Didi is like that. Didi has those
well, Didi has that as
snacks
well,
that are
right?
yeah.
Right. Roxanne Sinanan is a
You
friend
have
of
to
mine,
send me those contacts. I would really
right?
appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Roxanne, and she does excellent work with all these healthy snacks as well. And she have her stuff. I think some of her stuff is in um Raw Fitness. Downstairs there's a wellness place there. So
Okay.
that's the
That's in
idea.
Brentwood Park over there.
Yes, yes,
Brentwood. Okay.
yes, right. So that's the idea, Sam, is that, so you see the conversation you and I are having with all these people that is part of this whole thing. So somebody home now will say, you know what, I like to snack, right? I can say, you know what, this person have a healthy snack. Try it and see. They are alternative, you know. It's
Wouldn't
just that
hurt
some
to
people don't know where to
try.
get them. It's
Yeah.
able to try, right?
Yeah.
So,
Everyone can come
right,
back from far place, of course. Of course.
I have seen people cashew milk and sea
And
moss.
CMOS. Amen. Cashew milk, yes. Almond milk. Yeah.
Well, CMOS is a super thing, a super fruit. 'Cause I think it's 92 different
I'm not too
benefits.
familiar with the CMOS. Anything I'm not too familiar with, I don't comment on it, but I have been seeing
No,
it
it
becoming
has
very
yes,
popular. I want to
yes,
try it.
it is, because someone came on this podcast the other day, and I Google it as well. 92 is like a super gel thing,
Superfood.
superfood,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's 92. You can Google it. There's 92 health benefit in it, right? Which is great.
Really?
So once I had the 92, I started putting it in my smoothies now. I want
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
92, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so again, Sam, is that they're alternative to what we grew up on. You
Yeah.
understand? We
Of
don't have to put
course.
4 or 5
Of course.
starch on a plate on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right? And I think
Information is so reachable. You have the Google and you have the web. Use just go on Google something and educate yourself. It's so easy now. I mean, information is free. Information is free.
admission is free for the young people, and then you see what is happening, Sam, and I spoke about this the other day with someone, is that life, the hustle of life, everybody's just so busy, and very rare people take time for themselves to
But
to
you
to
have to
yeah,
love yourself and
you
and
have to love yourself. No, that's easier said than done, because I
true,
have met
true.
I have met people said, Vic, I living for me now. It's my time now. But
But they really not.
they're not, right? So living for yourself don't
About
mean,
everybody else. Yeah.
exactly, and it's not about
God bless
aesthetic,
their souls, but no, you have to take care of yourself because,
right?
for
Yeah,
example, when I was going through my lows, if I did not take care of myself, how would I have taken care of my daughters? I would have been in a hospital
right.
somewhere. you know?
Right. And your why, so your why become your daughters because
Of
that
course.
that's your strength to fight this thing, which is
Yeah.
and you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank
So your why must be, as I say, Sam, all the time. Your why must be bigger than the challenges you face. You must have a why that is greater than the challenges. Your why will be your daughter. Some people why might be everything is dependent on them in their family. So there must
you.
be this thing. You
Yes, you're
understand?
absolutely right. Yes,
Right.
yes.
So your why must be like that. So I am saying is that, this journey that I'm on is really to show and help. It's more helping, you know, journey that I'm
That's so
on.
kind of you. That is so kind of
Right.
you,
So,
sir.
so that's why the magazine is,
Really
is
good
not
work.
it's free, right? Everything is free. There's no paying for a magazine. It's just the information. Because guess what? And I look left and I look right. I ain't see nobody doing it, right? And I'm welcoming anybody who want to, partner with me and my team, Candice, myself, partner with you because you're part of this now,
Oh,
and just spread that not that self love,
yeah.
right?
What
There's,
I
there's,
wanted to say too, Victor, before we move on, I just wanted to let everybody know who is suffering from this disease that we actually have a diabetic association here in Trinidad that helps, and they have so much information on the
yes,
diabetes. They have so many 5Ks and hikes and lots of things that they put out on their page that the type 2s
yes,
can come and take part of. But also this that I'm wearing here, I'm not sure over
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So this is my sensor. It's a Libre 2. And it has a little wire that's implanted into my skin. And I have a monitor that I can pass here,
Mm-hmm.
and it tests my blood sugar level.
Okay.
So you don't have to prick all day. Type ones have to prick all day to keep their sugar,
Yes,
base.
yes,
It's. So the Diabetic Association of Trinidad has it now. It's, a bit pricey, but once you join the association, you have a special price on it. So they can, message the Diabetic Association of Trinidad and Tobago to get a little more information on, the monitor and the sensors. It's called,
and
it's a, GCM, glucose monitoring, something like that, GCM or something like that. But anyway, it's to really check your blood, your glucose at all times.
that's amazing, Sam. That's amazing because I want to say it's true because as I said, I was in an expo just the other day. They had a big expo there, and I actually went to that booth, and there was they have information all over.
Oh, you
Right?
interacted with them already?
I
That's
interacted
nice.
with them
That's
recently,
nice.
and I
That's
follow up. I call them, Candace and myself call them, and I offer myself to be part of whatever they having, and they was
you're very
very welcoming to have me, right?
yes. They're
And so
willing to just share whatever
yeah,
information they need
yes,
to. And I
and
love
you
how
could,
they get their people involved. All their members are so involved, and they get them
yes,
to get moving, to get moving.
yes,
So
yes. So
so
I think
people who are helpless out there, contact them and get some
yes,
help from them.
yeah, and the service was very, I would say when I called, I think I know run around, and
Oh,
it
that's
was
good. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yes.
it
When
was
I called about the same system, and they were so helpful. And
yeah they
they
are
actually told me, listen, if you come on as a member with me, you'll get this huge discount. And I was so happy that they were so elaborate on it. And they were like, listen, send me your email now. I would send you everything so you have it there. And that's the kind of care we need. So I was very thankful for that.
yeah. So
Oh,
so so
contact for the Diabetic Association.
yes, yes. So anybody who interested, the number is on the screen, right?
Mm.
And life is about whenever you get a second chance, right? Make the best of it, right? And sometimes we doesn't realize that until we realize we missed, the opportunity when we had it, and we just that we didn't take up, make the best of it, So in your case and in my case back then, and there's another conversation for another day. We had up, we could have, you know, turn left and turn right.
I admire your strength and your ability to fight this. We are all fighting with you. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. When given a second chance in life, don't we? Absolutely, absolutely. That's the kind of energy we need. Exactly, Sam. You have to take care of you first, not just yourself. There are people counting on you. Yes, I agree. And I am here for my brothers, my mom, my dad, my family, and my village, because my village is always there for me.
I've heard that name from somebody actually talking about villager, and you bring it back, that village.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
people now, I see a lot of comments about on Facebook saying, but where's the village they talk about? And where is this village? Because nowadays, our parents, them lying and they drinking and they partying, they had their time to see about kids. It's their time to shine.
yes, yes, yes.
But I thank God every day for my village. My mom knows. Hey, my mom said to me, I didn't even have to ask and feel this burden to ask my mom. My mom said, listen, drop the kids off and you go and take a rest. That's a village right there. That take
Yeah,
away
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And guess what? I got a 5 hours off or 4 hours off, and I'm like telling my husband, all right, I actually ready. I'm recharged and I'm ready to go for my kids. I miss them so much already. I don't need the whole night. So that's
Yeah.
my village, yeah. And I have my mother-in-law who's so sweet, so caring. She's the best. She would take one, my mom would take one. Sometimes my stepmom would help me out. It's a big family, and that's my village.
And that's admirable. And I mean, a village could be a sister, a brother. It could be, a best friend.
To be
It's,
a
it's, a,
friend.
it's a support system. Yes,
Yeah.
and that we mentioned, and that's so excellent. I mean, I think that the people who listening, Sam, why you're getting that love. They can't help but get the love because
So nice.
you're
I
selling
need
out,
that.
you're selling out, you're selling out love, you're
It
selling out love, right?
encourages me even more.
Right, and you're getting that, and I can see why you'll always get that. I mean, I and all, from first time I met you, I mean, your spirit, when you told me, based
God
on
let us see each other. I trust that. God truly let
well,
us see each other. God brings all the right people into my life. I can tell you that and attest to that. And I know that's the
well,
truth.
I yes, and I received that, and I believe that because since I started this journey, Sam, with this movement, but I'm into fitness a long time, but since I started this journey, so far, everybody that come into this is people who I believe that God sent, right? Including yourself, because everybody have a story and everybody willing to help those people below them in the sense of this condition, right?
Yeah.
So, I had a mental health person, you know, um, everybody comes here was diagnosed with a condition and they turn it to be either the profession, right? Or they're
Well,
going
I'm
back
so
to
grateful to know of this show now. I'm so grateful for that. And, I love hearing about all these different, people that help and mental awareness. And so I would
yeah,
definitely be tuning in more
yeah,
often now.
we building something,
It's
Sam.
great work that you're doing, Victor. It's great
I
work.
thank you so much. I am just building something, and I shouldn't say I. We are building something, and we meaning yourself and everybody
Oh,
who come on this platform. The magazine is yes, it's good. It's just good for people to see people like yourself who dealing with condition, but they're still, not giving up. They haven't give up.
yeah.
They're just there. So it's good for people to
Building.
see
Yeah.
somebody, that people who doing it, the same condition that you dealing with and all bubbly and you have your down days, but
And
your
some
wise
people
days.
just to keep going, they just want you to say, hey, pat on the
That is
back.
it.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yes, and not
Just
everybody have that support
that much of
system.
a difference. Yeah.
Yes. So for those who don't have the support system, Sam, we are going to be the support system for them, right?
Amen.
Through this platform, through a phone call, because it'd be nice somebody to call, busy as you are. Hey, Sam, I saw you on Fortress Fitness podcast, and just saying I've been diagnosed with this. Your words of inspiration alone will help them believe that they can deal with it the way that you dealt with it or dealing with it. And
Yeah.
this is what I'm. This is the whole movement. This is the whole force behind Fortress Fitness movement is really to help people. It's not a money making thing. It's to help people. So we're hoping to get sponsors on board to make it bigger than what it is
Okay.
now. All right.
Yeah.
So we can help those people who who in the home who just popping pills and they're not even giving themselves a chance by you know
Yeah.
tweaking their diet or knowing that they have people out there who could prepare a healthy meal for them, and they could bring it home to them as well because they have people like that. You could do it 2 days a week, 3 days a week. As I said, we have Roxanne Sinanan, we have other people who provide healthy meals. They will send you a chart, what you want, and they produce it healthy for you. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying is that you know keep doing your thing, Sam. You can't get rid of me. I'm here to stay. Here
We
to
do
stay. You know
not
that.
to Manan. We're a team. We're a team.
Yes, I'm here to
I'm a
stay.
team player.
Yes, I know you are. Every so often I'll drop in at that gym and take a little day trip. 'Cause that's my original gym,
Girl,
right?
keep it up. Thank you. Thank
Right,
you.
right. Yeah, use like
Love
you
this
know.
podcast. Hi, guys. You see, they love this podcast, Victor. You see, this is a great team, Victor.
Yeah, yeah. We up in the 90s right now, right? We up in the 90s. We up in the 90s, right, Sam? So what I will do, I think we gotta get a cape for you. Like Wonder Woman cape with a big S on it, Sam.
I
Right?
love it. I love
Yeah,
it. Strong
right,
mind, strong body. Exactly.
right.
Yep. It
And
all
and and
starts here.
you're right. And funny things that they say that because one of what our tagline for our magazine is Mind, Body, and Soul. Only magazine, Mind, Body, and Soul. That's why we have mental health people. We have people do with self mastery around the Sanchez. We have a lot of people who deal with the matters of the
Victor, you have
mind.
to tell us when this magazine is coming out, though.
Second
Or we
one
don't have a release date yet.
is coming in April.
April.
I can
Okay,
tell it, I
okay.
can tell you that much, right?
Right. Okay, okay. Well,
And
we look
and
out for it in April.
look out for it in April. You'll see
And guys,
all
I'll
the
be in the magazine, so please look out for it.
if I don't want them to know, when I tell them no, right?
Oh gosh, I spilled the beans. I'm
Right,
sorry.
all right, right. I was going to surprise them, but it's fine. All right, but all right. So guys, just know Sam
Gosh,
will
I'm
be there.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sam says she will be there, right? But Sam will be there in a different, not in that shirt and all of that. She'll be in a different light, in
Yes,
her
yes.
gym gears and her
Mm-hmm.
her her her
What I do the
leggings.
gym.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that stuff, right? So we actually having fun, Sam and the team, right? And again, so Sam, before we leave, you want to say something to all your fans out there? Look like you have a lot of fans now,
No,
right?
it's my followers. It's just my followers, and
Right, come on.
I just want to say first of all, Victor, thank you for involving me in this. Thank you for just helping us, get information, receive information, and just getting it out there. Guys, as you say, mind, body, and soul. It all starts here. Take care of yourself first before you can really take care of others. I know we want to spread the love and we want to see about everybody else. But there's no way you can do that without seeing about yourself first. You come first. No child, no father, no mother, no nothing. Of course, God first. And then, you see about yourself and, everything will fall into place. And it's never too late. It's never too late to really take control and see about yourself, ask questions, do your research. Information is free, as I said. Contact the Diabetic Association, and just I'm here. I'm Sammy Mommy on Instagram. DM me, Sammy Mommy 308, SAMIMAMI 303. Message me. I'm here to help, free of charge. I'm here to help, and I just love on everybody and spread the love and positivity, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you, Sam. Thanks again, and I just want to say, 100 thanks for you making the time,
Absolutely
to
no
be a
thanks
part of
needed at
this, all
all.
right? And thank you for being part of the team. And as you said, it's mind, body, and soul, right? And we are here to spread wellness throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and to help those who cannot help themselves and guide them to a proper holistic approach of wellness through this platform
Happy,
and beyond.
happy lifestyle again. Happy,
Happy
whole,
life.
and healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't take on what's happening outside. Just make the person you see in the mirror happy. Take that person serious and
Small
start today.
steps. Small
Small
steps.
steps,
Don't
yes.
have to go drastic. Drastic stresses out people. Small
No,
steps.
small steps, right? And we all started somewhere, right? So once you might hear Sam saying, and myself, Sam saying since she's 27 or something like that, she in the gym, right?
26. Yeah.
Right. So she started, right? You started back then.
And some people might think, oh God, I need to kill myself out of the drink 4 5 days. I don't have the time. No, a simple hike, a simple walk
Yes,
in your neighborhood, a little, you plan with your friends, a small hike. You
yes,
get moving, you're in your house. Make your steps that you have to make. Use your staircase a few times up and down. Make small
yes.
changes. Yeah.
Yes, right. So Sam, again, thank you. Have a blessed night.
Thank you
Go get
guys.
go get the girls, and
Yes.
I will see you on Tuesday. Please God. Yes.
Yes. See you on Tuesday. Take care,
Tuesday, right.
guys.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye
Have a blessed night.
bye. Take
Yes.
care.
special thanks to our partners Vertiscope VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness. And don't forget to get issue 2 of the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine available now.